Let's get going. There we go. It almost didn't make me look fun. Welcome to Class Act Chats, where I talk with a fellow cat behavior expert about some topic related to cats. Today's episode is a little bit different. I've got Sally Williams from Mission Meow. Mission Meow is a really cool organization that helps fund grants for small cat-centric nonprofits. I'm a business partner, so this is a really special organization to me. Sally and I talk about Mission Meow and all the cool work that they're doing. You're going to be glad that you know who they are. Sally, welcome. I am so excited to have you here and to talk about Mission Meow, because I love Mission Meow. I think I was one of the first round of business partners, wasn't I? Like, I'm an OG.
You were one of the OGs. Yeah, yep. We can now do this too, right? We can give you love for being one of the OGs.
I am never going to grow tired of the silly gestures.
I mean, I always wanted to be kind of like a fairy godmother, and now, not happening, but at least I can do this, right? Like I can make hearts and rainbow, whatever we can.
You can do fireworks, and it's
all right. So it's 2 thumbs up for fireworks.
Yep, 2 thumbs up for fireworks.
Nope, not for Sally.
Move your hands further apart. I think there we go.
Thank you.
I have learned
I'm older than you, so the technology challenges I face.
Well, and some of these are so finicky that it's like, okay, I'm giving you the gesture that you want. Just make the thing that I'm trying to tell you to do.
Oh, I look stupid otherwise.
I look really silly if it's not raining on me.
Got it. I haven't seen that one.
Oh, it's there are 2 thumbs down.
My God. You are just blowing my mind right now. And I know we have so many important cat things to talk about, but when I have my Zoom meetings, I can just be way cooler. These board meetings are just going to get so much more fun now.
I am so happy to share the good news of Mission Meow with other people because, I hope you don't mind that I share how this came to be.
That's what you should start with.
Yeah, like
the origin story.
The origin of why I was like, Sally, you're coming on. We're gonna YouTube it. I do this thing from time to time where I call it rage blogging, where someone will say something that is just so wrong, and it just like it irks me to my very core. And I will go, and the way that I get it out, because in a lot of cases it's not really worth trying to, educate or talk with them about it. They're set in their ways. I will just go and I will like angrily blog, and I'll sit there and be like, no. Because then I'm gonna hopefully like people who are receptive to it will learn. And you got a kind of sassy misunderstanding comment on your Instagram the other day. And I had a similar feeling where I was like, no, they're not understanding what Mission Meow is and the wonderful work that you do. And I was just like,
missing the concept of it.
Yeah, which, we're not here to talk smack about them. I really genuinely was like, no, I want to help people understand, Mission Meow, what you're doing, all the fabulous work, how they can get involved and help cats, because I've been just so happy to be part of this over the last couple of years. It really is like a fabulous organization. You do a great job organizing it and building a community. It feels unique and authentic, and I love that. So
authentic is really, I talk about all the time, we are a nonprofit with a huge heart. We really are. And it's about relationships, whether it's the business partners or the organizations we're helping. It's really all about relationships and being present for all of you. It's important for me, for the board members, for the volunteers. We all have that same, and that's why we all work so well together, because it really is. That's the one, but we all love cats, and we all really want to help the community in the best way possible. But it's important that we as an organization also are authentic and you really see how much we care. And that's really important. And I will talk forever about how important that is. And if you are a business partner or a potential business partner that doesn't get that and doesn't want that kind of relationship, then we're probably not the nonprofit that you want to work with, because we are kind of like this big family, really.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of my friends that run cat-related businesses, every once in a while, I'll just be like, oh, hey, they're a business partner now. And, like, I think Laura Cassidy with Positive
Yes.
Vibes, I was like, yes, she's in now. Like, we've recruited her.
Yeah.
It's
I
been
love
really,
her. Love her.
Laura, this is
We
the
have such
second.
wonderful support from the behavior community. We really do. Quite a few behaviorists, which is wonderful.
You have a huge variety of different businesses that are business partners. Yeah. I mean, Litter Genie, who I am like very much so a shill for. They don't pay me for it, but I'm a shill for them for free. Like, I'm constantly like, go get a Litter Genie. You have non-cat related businesses too that are business partners, or they could potentially.
Yeah, so we have realtors.
I love that.
But we are on the hunt for more of that, because that's only going to help Mission Meow grow. So that's an area that we're looking to expand, because cat people have all kinds of businesses, right? And it doesn't have to be. I don't want people to look at Mission Meow and think, well, we can't be a part of it because it's only if you own a cat specific business. It's not that at all. You could be a dentist who loves cats. You could be a lawyer who loves cats. You could own a gym. You could be an accountant. It doesn't really matter what the industry is, as long as you really care about cats and the cat community, and you may already support a local rescue. You can still support Mission Meow. I mean, there's no reason why. I mean, for me, obviously, I support my own nonprofit. I donate to my own nonprofit, but I also have several other organizations, and I am not there. Trust me, I run a nonprofit. I am not independently wealthy. These are not big donations, but because I run a nonprofit, I get that it all matters. So I do still donate to other organizations. That expands, because then I meet these incredible people who run organizations that we give grants to, and then personally I become a supporter as well, because I can't help it. I need to win the lottery. I need to do that. I would need to start buying lottery tickets, but I would really, really like to win the lottery, because we could do so much more. And trust me, when I tell you, Joey, the amount of work out there that needs to be done, like, we just need to be so much bigger, because there's so much work for us to do. And it's so, so important. And now more than ever.
There are so many organizations that have really good, talented, smart, passionate
Incredible.
people.
Oh my God.
And they just don't have the resources or the funds, or they need someone who has like a specific skill that they don't have someone on staff or volunteer yet, that maybe they need to hire.
You hit the nail on the head though when you say volunteer, because most of the organizations that we give grants to are 100% volunteer. There have been a few that have had like one person part-time paid staff, or maybe now after they've worked with us, they've been able to expand and they have a little bit more staff. I just heard from one of our organizations that's really experienced growth that they're bringing in a vet part-time, I believe, but like things like that.
Still.
Things like that, but that can happen because Mission Meow's grants, first and foremost, are the financial is huge. You know, they are launching programs, expanding, renovating, purchasing TNR equipment, somebody's building a clinic. They have an adoption building and the town gave them the building next door for a very cheap for a whole, for a year, like next to nothing, because the building was just sitting there empty. So why not? And they got a lot done, but they couldn't get everything done. So we came in and gave them a grant for $15,500. And then, a nice chunk of
dang,
yes,
this isn't like some janky, like $65 grant. Not that I'm sure that they wouldn't appreciate that, but like that, Sally.
$15,500, and then one of our donors is in the construction industry and is contributing what, if you went just to buy it off the shelf, would be about $5,000 worth of medical grade industrial flooring, because the building will now be, it will have some office space, it will have like a space for a washer and dryer, but where our money is going is new electric, new plumbing, but then the big portion of the back of this building is becoming a clinic. So our grant is paying for exam tables, oxygen, nebulizers, incubators, test kits, stethoscopes, some vaccines that are allowed in their state. So all the things that they need, that when the cats next door who are waiting for adoption, if something happens, upper respiratory infection or some kind of, tummy troubles, whatever it is, they'll move them over to the clinic and they can care for them over there and not worry about getting any other cats sick. And I believe the vet is a 25-minute, 30-minute drive. They're in a very rural area. So it's saving time and money. They can move them over there. So these are the things that, the grants do. An organization like that, it changes everything. These grants change so much. Their volunteers got excited and painted this, murals in a space, and they got a new board member, and a lot happens with the Mission Meow grant. A lot. It's really like this group that I'm talking about. They're all volunteers. Most of them, some are retired, but most of them have other jobs. And they are doing this part, outside of that because they love cats. And so they need a good amount of volunteers, because if you're already working another job, you need a lot of people to be pitching in to run an organization like that. Mission Meow actually started a Facebook group for everybody that we give a grant to. So because I think I have so much respect and admire them so much for the work that they're doing, because I can't do that. I can't work. I can't volunteer anymore. I can't be around that many cats. I want to bring them all home. If one of them gets sick, I'm coming home and I'm crying. I can't do that, but I can do this. This is my way of giving back. And because I'm so inspired, I wanted them to all get to know each other. And so now they're all in this Facebook group together, and it's been incredible, because somebody will say, oh, I'm thinking of hosting this type of fundraiser. Have you had success? Has anybody done this? Is there a better way of doing this? Or I'm dealing with this with a kitten. Has anybody ever seen this before? And so now they have a network. We try to do a monthly Zoom. Right now, it's a bit of a challenge because it's kitten season pretty much everywhere at this point. Yeah, giving them a little space and checking in on them individually, because this is a really rough time of year. If everybody can be kinder even, we should always be kind to those in rescue, but right now they need more of this.
They need some love.
Yes, because if you see the posts, there's a lot of heartache that goes along with when you're talking about finding neonates, finding, kittens that are just a couple days, a day too old, and mom's gone. And because the best thing to do is leave them, right? Leave them, let the mom nurse them, take care of them, keep an eye on them, then trap them. But, sometimes things happen and you're bringing in, finding one kitten. Hopefully your organization is lucky enough to have an incubator and things go well, but that's not always the case, and kittens inevitably die. That is the reality of rescue. And so this is a very difficult, very challenging time of year. A lot of them have to, you fill up so fast, and then you have to take a pause, and now you're getting all these pleas for help, and you've got to say no because you don't have the capacity to take anymore. This is why it's so important for people to be supporting the small feline-centric nonprofits all across the U.S. They need you now more than ever, whether it's donating, and if you can't do it financially, find out what they need. Because sometimes you might have blankets laying around the house that you can donate. You might not feel comfortable. I don't know them well enough. Maybe I don't want to give cash. I guarantee you they have a wish list of food, litter, supplies, or find out if you can volunteer and help. And there's a way that everybody can help. You might be a graphic designer, you might be savvy on the computer, you might be good with just sending out a newsletter. There's always a way you can help, even if it's just an hour a week. It can make a huge difference for somebody.
So let's come up with a hypothetical scenario here. Let's say that Poutine were to start a nonprofit.
I love this already.
Except for Poutine's nonprofit would probably be like the Cat Snack Fund or the
Okay, fair enough. All have our calling. Poutine's is completely different than mine.
Regardless of what your life passion is. But let's say Poutine starts the Kitty Snack Fund nonprofit. How do you evaluate the people who get the recipients? What can like a smaller feline-centric nonprofit do if they're interested in getting a grant?
We have tried to keep the application simple because we're keeping in mind these are small organizations. So our applications on the website, it tells you and explains right there, we give quarterly. So we give grants in January, April, July, and October. The other time we are busy getting ready to pick the organization, and then we fundraise for a month, and then we give the grants, and then we start the process all over again. So just 4 times a year. So anybody that's looking to apply needs to know that they need to be a registered 501c3. You don't have to have had, your 501c3 for 10 years. You can be a newer organization. We will still consider you. There's a range here. We say small feline-centric nonprofit, because budgets might be a little bigger in places that might be more expensive to run an organization. An organization in New York City or Boston might be different than down south in a more rural community. You might be able to do more. So we do have a range. Most of our grants have fallen between the $50,000 annually and the high end of $200,000. If you're looking at a budget where your budget might be $400,000, $500,000 annually, we're likely not looking at you. Usually at that point you have some staff. You've probably gotten other grants that are big. If you're running an organization and you got a grant for $25,000 this year, we're probably not looking at an organization like that versus one that has a budget of $75,000 and the largest grant they got this year was $500. It's important to know, and I will explain why because we get questions about this. We do not pay for food or litter, for past medical bills or rent. Okay. And I know it sounds like, but that's what they need. That's what they need. They have to have a solid foundation. If we're looking at an organization and considering giving $15,000, it doesn't benefit us if they haven't been able to pay to care for the cats. Because what if in 2 months they bought whatever, like incubators or whatever they needed, but they can't pay their bills and they close? We take a look at everybody's financials and we interview people in the organization. And we talk to people outside the organization. We have a lot of connections with a lot of people. We've been doing this a long time. Our committee that's reviewing the grants all over the country, very, very involved in rescue. And it's really good to hear the perspective of people. What do you think about this organization? What are they doing in the community? We all think we're the best, right? But we want to hear everything. And we really do take it very seriously. I mean, we want to make sure that we're going to make real significant lasting change, and that, in a couple months they're still around and they should be experiencing growth. It's amazing how, and we talked about this off camera before, there's a ripple effect to getting a grant like this. Other things happen. We have heard from organizations about that they've, had more donors. When you see a big organization like Mission Meow come in and give you a large sum of money, oh, I feel safe now. I can trust it. They've been vetted. You may experience more volunteers being interested. I guarantee your volunteers are going to get this boost of, oh my gosh, we feel seen and validated for the work we do, because I'm telling you, they don't hear it enough. And I say this to each one of our grant recipients. If I could literally pat you on the back every week, I would, because they are all so incredible. So getting something like this doesn't just say Mission Meow sees you. They look at the business partners. They now know that you at Class Act Cats, they see you on that list and they say, he's seen us. He knows what we're doing. And we have 82 partners. That's a lot. It just makes them feel really good about the work they're doing. And that helps you keep going, because rescue's hard. There's no way around this. The work doing is hard, and we should be kinder, and we should shout it louder, and they should really know how special they are and how grateful we are for the work they do. They experience social media growth. We make connections to business partners that could potentially get in-kind donations from them. You know, we've had food sent when things get crazy and all of a sudden you've got a lot more cats in all at once. We've connected some grant recipients to food companies, to litter companies, things like that. We can do a bit more because we're pretty connected in the community. And it's nice to be able to do that for somebody. And we'll see things come up in the group, like somebody was looking to have a litter-a-thon. And I thought, well, you can take all this time and put it together, or maybe I can connect you with somebody who might be able to donate some litter for you, right? Kitten season's here, and
kittens poop.
And if you get a batch of sick ones in, there's a lot of diarrhea.
There's even more poop.
But there are lots of things that happen. Financial is the first and foremost, right? We're thrilled that we can give them the grant and make an impact that's going to be lasting for them. But I didn't, and I'm still learning about all the things that I didn't know would happen for organizations. I didn't get it. And the collaboration now that's happening within that Facebook group, you know, these organizations helping one another. And I want to make sure I say this because it was something that when we were kind of looking at the big picture, and I love having brainstorming meetings, we do it all the time. And we thought this was really important. Mission Meow is changing the culture of rescue. And I really feel strongly about that. It's the connections, because I know, and I'm speaking to people that need to hear this, rescue can be competitive, especially in areas more urban where there might be a lot of organizations. And it doesn't have to be that way. We're very proud that we're introducing organizations to one another and they're collaborating. And if we can do more of that, people should also know I'm involved in an organization called One United Paw. They can find it right now. It's living on Instagram. We will be at CFA, myself, Sterling Davis, Aaron Leidy, speaking to the importance of rescue, whether it be cat, dog, whatever it is, working together. And Mission Meow wants to be a guiding light in that. We want to set that tone of it doesn't have to be that way. And so while the grants are our number 1A, there are lots of other things that Mission Meow does. That Facebook group, we also monthly, we have mentorships. So we have 3 mentors. Actually, we have 4 mentors now, so 4 different categories. So foster, TNR, shelter, and now shelter behavior. Christy Rojero is working with us on that. Sterling Davis and Aaron Leidy are doing the TNR. Samantha Bell is doing the fostering. And we have somebody who's also helping in the shelter capacity as well. So Melissa Dunay from Love Your Feral Feline. They were a grant recipient, and that's how we connected, and she's incredible. So we have these monthly mentorships that are available to you. There's an application online, and we connect you for an hour Zoom. You prepare questions ahead of time, send them to the mentor. It's scheduled for an hour, but I'm going to say this because it always ends up being more than an hour, and then the connection tends to go past that. They connect and it's just what happens because we all want to help each other. Really, Mission Meow is that's why I'm saying we're changing the culture of rescue. That's really something that's important to us.
That's amazing because we really do all thrive better when we support each other, especially when it's not like some of these organizations are like, I hate cats. It's nice seeing people all coming together about something that they're so passionate about.
It's really important, and there's just been a lot of the mentality of there's only one way to do something, and people can be a bit judgmental, like this is the way to do it, this is the way we do it, this is the way to do it. That just immediately sets this tone, and if we can be curious and not judgmental, I would encourage that. Ask questions, ask why somebody's doing that way. We've talked in groups about some really serious topics that have nothing to do with fundraising, and it's more rescue related. In TNR, there's something called spay abort. It happens, and there are definitely different opinions about it. And my mindset is that in urban areas where rescues are inundated and they're closing for intake and the small organizations are overwhelmed. This is a necessity. Is anybody happy about it? No, but the problem in rescue is overpopulation, and there are risks to these cats giving birth. There are risks that come along with it that people don't know about. And not to get into too much of the weeds about it, but on the flip side, there are parts of the country that don't have a lot of kittens. And so when you're hearing rescues are, especially towards the end, later in the term, first of all, a lot of vets will not do spay abort at that point, but some will make a decision because they can monitor them, they have the proper veterinary care, and kittens will get adopted because there are no kittens around. When the colder climates, especially when you're getting later in kitten season, I volunteer for an organization. We were sending cats up to Maine, because they didn't have cats. It was interesting because it could be a topic where it gets very explosive, but why not be curious and ask why are you doing it this way? Or why do you use that kind of trap? Or why is your mission a conversation? Because we gave a grant to an organization and their mission is to save special needs kittens. And you would think that wouldn't be something that would be controversial, but it can be, because there's the mentality of, if you're going to spend $8,000 on one cat, you could take that $8,000 and save more. My feeling is there's room for everybody at the table. Where they are, there are a lot of rescues around doing that other work. They're calling in what they believe is, and I like to think of it like the starfish story. It mattered to that one. Yep. And they have the ability to do this. That is what they want to do. And there is room at the table. They're a grant recipient of ours. We love what they're doing. Love it.
There are people out there who care about multiple different issues. Someone may have like a special cat that had, some sort of special need, and they really want to honor them. There's going to be all sorts of different organizations that people are going to connect with, and it doesn't have to be a a bloodbath. We're not trying to outcompete each other,
right? I don't want to see special needs kittens who could be adoptable be euthanized just because they're different, right? I'm grateful that there's an organization out there doing it. I'm grateful that there's lots of TNR groups that are at the root of the problem out there every day doing work that is backbreaking, can be heartbreaking, and yet they're still willing to do it because they know that this is the only way to achieve the goal that we need, which is to reduce the population. And it might not be sexy to give a grant of $10,000 to buy traps and drop traps and forks and nets and cameras. They need that support to keep doing that work so that our shelters don't get overloaded. We need to be spaying and neutering these community cats. That's a term that a lot of people prefer, or community cats, that communities are caring for these. I happen to have one. He's feral. He's not a community. I just have one outside.
You are the community.
I am the community. But, there's room for all the different types of groups. They're all doing their part.
I would imagine too that as these organizations grow, potentially because of the Mission Meow grant, that they can expand into helping other aspects of cat care and cat life. I know one of the local rescues here recently started doing a pet loss grief support group, and I've seen groups that have started expanding to, instead of just doing regular fostering, they're doing a respite fostering for people who are experiencing homelessness, or people who are, sick or hospitalized. I really wish that there were more of those, because I see it a lot. Or at my day job working in mental health, it's something that one of the big things I hear when I've had to have conversations with people about going to the hospital is that they're worried about their pets. And
some people won't go to the hospital. They won't go when they need to because they're afraid to leave their pet, right? So to have an organization that could watch them and they know that they're going to come home to their pet is huge. Have you probably see it, because I've been seeing it popping up and I don't know the name of it. I think it's called My Grandfather's.
Yes, I love them.
Right?
They are.
So somebody has a terminal illness or something, you're dealing with dementia, And so your family is able to set the plan in place and help them find someplace for the pets to go. That to me is what a beautiful organization. There could be one in the US. It's just that, that's just what happened to show up in my feed. And I loved that concept. I mean, that is what a gift that is to a family, because I can't, you see all the time where somebody passes away and the pet is left behind. And sometimes these pets, we'll take them to the local shelter. It's not that simple. Even if there is space, sometimes those pets really, really decline in the shelter because they may have been in a home for 10 years and that was the only person they ever knew, and they don't do well in the shelter. And I have seen where pets end up on a euthanasia list. And it's because behaviorally, you can't even work with them in the shelter because they become fractious, even though they were a loving, say, house cat.
Whenever I've had times where I was, worried that some horrible illness is going to befall me. Like, I think back when COVID started, I remember being like, oh my God, what happens if I die? Like, to Zoloft, any of my stuff, whatever, trash it. Like, I don't care. Poutine and Prozac or cats. I don't want them to be scared or to...
will. I mean, I encourage people to have their pets in their will and name somebody, have a guardian or something that will make, I am in somebody's will. So I think it's important that people think about that.
And I will say too, there's a lot of people that I've worked with that they have, the way that they've gotten their cat is that, their mom is sick and is like, just euthanize the cat. And they're like, no, like mine. And they get this wonderful cat. And it's just so heartwarming that these cats get to have a second forever home that that loves them. And
oh God, we worked with an organization, actually. So the one that we eventually, hopefully in June, we're hoping for June to do a ribbon cutting in South Carolina for the organization we gave the grant to for the clinic to open. It got delayed because if you remember, in South Carolina, some horrible storms went through. So all the electricians and all those workers went there for a while. And so the project got pushed back a little bit. But I went and presented the check in person there. And I was lucky that Laura Lee Medley from the Dedicated Feline Enthusiast and Moon Mojo Feline didn't live too far from there. So she drove, we did it together. It was such an amazing experience. The cats there, they just love these cats. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so there was a cat there that I fell in love with, and he was their longest stay. He had been there for, I want to say, I hope I get it right, I think he'd been there for 2.5 years. He was found beaten and left in the parking lot, and the police picked him up, brought him to For Love of a Paw. They rehabbed him. He had a broken jaw, damaged his eye, and obviously it took a toll on his spirit, right? Like that.
Yeah.
So he was a very shy kitty. We decided to make that a project. And it was a great way to share a story about an organization while we were raising money for them so that we can give them a grant. Because while we have our business partners, we do take a month where we fundraise so that we can maximize and we can make sure that we've never not fully funded a grant, but we always want to make sure we fully fund. And it's nice to have some extra to pay the bills and then have a bigger starting point for the next grant. Because to be very honest, Mission Meow, we're not sitting on a pile of cash, we give it. So we need to have enough to pay the bills, but we always want to be giving. We would rather have more come in and then go back and look at the applications and go back and be able to surprise somebody, which we've done before. We love stories because stories help tell us all about the organization. This cat Marshmallow, he was loved there, but he should be home, right?
I remember Marshmallow. Like, I remember seeing him. Oh my God, I love Marshmallow.
I took video and I took photos. I gave it to Megan, who does helps with social media. She's our graphic designer. And I said, I can't do that heart-tugging video. Like, it would take me hours. That's not my strength. Here's the video.
You also have to have like crying breaks, like where you'd be like, ah!
Yeah. So I gave it to Megan. I gave the whole story. She made a video, and then it got shared by Ellen Carraza, the cat LVT. Somebody saw it on her page who lived in Virginia, reached out, said, I think this cat needs to live with me. And within 2 weeks, we had Marshmallow going to a home, and we got to document it. So they took the pictures of him leaving the building, and then on the other end of the transport, they took video of him meeting his new mom, Carolyn, for the first time, and we've had updates, and it's been incredible. These things are important for people to know, and we always want to be telling their stories because the work they're doing, it doesn't get shared enough. And a lot of it is, to be fair, if you're all volunteer, how much time do you have for social media? How much time do you have to update the website? How much, there's so much that is what helps fundraising. It's hard. And also, if you're in a smaller community, there's only so many adopters, right? I mean, it's important.
Yeah.
A lot of these groups get involved with transports where they can move animals to other areas where there's more adoptions happening. But that's just another thing you have to think about. So if Mission Meow can throw their weight behind getting a cat adopted, hey, I'm all for it. Anything that we can do to help these organizations above and beyond, we want to. I mean, we can't grant more than once, but we can try to do other things. You know, we had our Feline Fix Fest this year. Who knew that? I thought I was done with events after the Brody Fund. I was like, all right, I love them, but it's so much work. So if people don't know what happened, obviously people know that there were wildfires in California, but our amazing board member, Matt McGlasson, thought, well, I want to do something. And because he has over 1 million followers between TikTok and Instagram, he decided to raise money for Mission Meow so we could give grants to help in California. And in, I think, 5 or 6 days, he had raised over $20,000. It was insane. But now we have to figure out who we're giving it to, because now it's in reverse. I don't have applications to choose from. Now I have to go find organizations. So it took a while, which was fine, because it takes some time for, when you do fundraisers through Instagram, it takes a while for the money to come. So that gave us some time to do the research. We found 2 amazing organizations, Urban Panthers Rescue and Gatos Callejeros United. They are both in California, each one of them helping in different ways. Gatos Callejeros, their community was impacted. There's a lot of job loss in that area because of the fires. They were near that. So, I mean, it was already affected. It's kind of a lower income community, underserved, and doing amazing work. And then Urban Panthers, they were involved with doing a lot of rescue in the areas where there are fires, where they, you need to find these cats and get them out and reunite them and all that stuff. So we found 2 small organizations, minority founders, which is amazing to find, diversity in rescue. We love supporting that. And Jean Vargas from Gatos Callejeros, because again, it was backwards. I said, we need to ask you, how would this money be spent? Because we have to get receipts. There's a whole process for all of it. But Jean, one of the things that he really wanted to do with the money was have more spay-neuter clinics with pet pantries. They had hosted, I think, 2 very successful ones. And I was like, so we can give you this money, or we can give you this money and help you host a really big free spay-neuter event and pet pantry. What do you think?
Heck yes.
Okay. So the Feline Fix Fest was born, co-hosted by Gatos Callejeros and Urban Panthers. We did it across a weekend in Wilmington, California, and we were able to have 91 cats spayed and neutered. Initially it was 90, but somebody showed up without an appointment and they didn't turn them away. And at the very end of one day, so it was 91, and we had the support of our business partners. We had 10 tents filled with food, litter, toys, crates, carriers, litter boxes, pens for foster organizations. It was massive. We gave $22,000 in grants. 91 cats got fixed. Over 10,400 pounds of dry food were donated, 4,000 pounds of wet food, and 3,600 pounds of litter. This was not a small event, right?
No,
Same thing was that we had more than that. We still had, over 10 pallets of food left. And so that went to both organizations into storage spaces where they made appointments and continued to serve the community. I'm forever changed because of this event. I want to do more of these and figure out how we can, specifically working with our grant recipients, to help them host free spay neuter clinics with pet pantries, because it made such a huge impact for the community. We had the support from the Wilmington mayor. We had council member Tim McCosker from Los Angeles come and support the event. We not only helped community members, but we helped rescues. We helped colony caretakers, like individual caretakers that go out and care for colonies. It was so incredible, and not something I ever thought I would want to do again, especially because we turned it around in 6 weeks. And that's because of Donald and Jean from those two organizations. They worked their butts off. Huge shout out to both of them. They were absolutely incredible. Anybody who's out in the area, if you want to support Gatos Callejeros United or Urban Panthers, trust me, they're organizations you want to support and help them, keep doing the amazing work they're doing. Very special. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel so lucky that I get to do this and meet people like that, because they change me. They inspire me.
I feel like every organization that you talk about, and like just hearing the cool things, there's so many amazing organizations out there, and it's just so fun hearing like all of the cool work that they're doing. Some of these, there aren't other rescues or groups that are doing the same work, or at least not in every area, and so it's just really cool that you're helping prop up some of these groups.
Yeah, I'll share something. So shout out to also an organization called the Meow Mission, who I absolutely love, because I loved also that Mission Meow got to help the Meow Mission. They expanded their infirmary, which now they're saving more lives. And they did a whole video like celebrating and cheering all of them, and they put it on their social media, and I loved them for that. I loved it. And then we had another organization. You'll understand why Mission Meow for her. Anyway, let me explain this. An organization we gave a grant to, and it was a grant for 8,940 or 20, something like that. And it got them this, I hate to even use the word shed because it's really big, 2 big doors that open up. It could be a man cave or a she shed.
Like a hangar, maybe it could fit a small airplane.
It has tables and shelves and everything, and it's used for storage and food and all that, but it's also a place where you put the traps when you've trapped the cats, and they can be there safely until their appointments, and then you come back and recover them there, which is twofold. It allows you to make sure they're safe to be released, and also gives you time, and you can assess them and maybe see we've got some sort of friendlies here that might be able to get adopted. It's temperature controlled. It's beautiful. It looks like a small barn. And this is a wonderful, wonderful organization. And this year they applied for another grant and they got turned down. And she shared with me in an email what a couple of the reasons were. And one of the, was size. Well, you're newer. The amount of money you're asking for percentage wise to the budget that you have annually, it's too much money. We just don't have in good faith that you would be able to handle this. Did you talk to anybody in this organization? No, this is all based off of an application, and that's it. This is why Mission Meow talks to the directors of the organization, talks to other people in the organization, finds out from community members about them. This organization's doing amazing work, and so much so that this president of this organization spoke at the Best Friends Animal Conference to a room full of people. She coaches businesses outside of what she does because she's so good at that. But they didn't take the time to find out. She's exactly who you want to give this money to.
Yeah. She sounds like someone who would be really good at handling money.
Yeah. So I know that when I was talking about this I don't see any reason why I can't say who it is. It's FC3 Firelands Community Cat Coalition. They're in Leidy, who is amazing. They got a grant from us. She's an advisor now. She reviews our grant applications. She's a business partner. She does the tables with me because now we had somebody get sick and they couldn't work a table. She happened to be there, worked the table with me, and it's like, oh my gosh, here's the founder of the organization, here's a grant recipient, and we work so well together. So this is the kind of person that she is. So imagine what her organization is like. And they are currently raising money for a transport van. and they're doing this very cool thing where they have a puzzle made of like kitties in a bus. You make the donation and it's a puzzle piece. I bought the very first puzzle piece. They're $100 a piece, and when it's done, the whole puzzle will be put together. They'll be able to get their TNR taxi, which first of all, I freaking love that. It's a TNR taxi. They're also giving back. So you get you get a chance to win. It might be $1,000 or something. It might be more than that. But so each puzzle piece you get entered into, because the money that comes in, they'll have enough to buy that and they'll give back to whoever donated. This is who that person is. When she emailed me, she said, we were turned down for the grant. And I was like, well, why? I don't understand. And she gave me a few of the reasons why. And then she said, but this is why Mission Meow is so special. You saw us, you talked to us, you changed things for us. They're in such a better place by having that shed. And how much better would it be for them if they could put 30 cats in the back of a TNR taxi? They can make those appointments. They just don't have the ability right now because it's pretty far away, so they can't just go back and forth. It blows my mind, and I wish I could give it to you, but we give once, we have to move on. There's so many organizations to help. We'll never get to all of them. If somebody hears this, that's an amazing organization to help, and I want to see them get their TNR taxi.
I'll put a link to them in the description so then people can go find them and maybe just send them some money.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing the work, and they are in a community that there's still a lot of education. Well, a lot of communities still, not everybody understands TNR. There's a lot of work that goes into educating a community about TNR. They do a very good job of that, and so I'm so proud. I'm proud. Here's the thing. I could run down the list of all the grants we gave it to and tell you a story about I wish I had the time to do that, about every single, and I probably should. I should probably start doing that right now and highlight every other week, highlight what makes the leaders of each organization so incredible, because I can't say it enough. And imagine that's only 23. Imagine how many more are out there.
There's so many groups that are doing fabulous work, and I hope that some of them are watching this and will be inspired to apply for a Mission Meow grant, because
I hope so. And I hope there's more people out there that, like you, that understand, because I know there's concerns that some businesses think, well, I can't afford to become a business partner. Yes, you can, because we don't tell you how much to give. You determine what you can afford, and we only give 4 times a year. That's it.
Exactly. If you are a business out there and you're like, I really love cats and I want to help, I love hearing these cool stories of these smaller nonprofits that I want to be part of this, get in touch with Mission Meow.
A little bit makes a huge impact because you all come together to give big. It's really cool. And it's not like, I've told this story many times. I was inspired because there was a fire.
And that's it for this week. Sally and I had so much to talk about that I had to split this video into 2 parts. So there will be a part 2. If you're interested in getting notified of when part 2 is available, and trust me, you are, because Sally answers the single most important question of all time in our next part. Hit that subscribe button and you'll be notified. Also, you'll be notified of when I post other cat behavior videos, so it's a win-win. I will see you in part 2.